Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Ox Talks. Thanks for watching the show today. Appreciate you supporting the channel. We're going to cover a topic today that I don't typically get a chance to cover on this show, and that is Social Security benefits and payments. I know a lot of you that watch this channel based upon demographics are either retirement age, about to retire, and so I think it's very important that you hear this and understand it. Thanks for, again, liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. Let's keep growing the community. I really quickly, before I'll jump into the article, pulled up an AI overview of Social Security retirement benefits. And what it says is you can start receiving benefits as early as age 22, but the retirement benefit amount will be lower than if you wait until you're a full retirement age. The amount you receive is based on your lifetime earnings and when you start receiving benefits. If you start receiving benefits before your full retirement age, your benefit will be reduced for each month that you receive benefits early. It says, for example, if you turn 62 in 2024, your benefit would be about 30% lower than it would be if you wait until your full retirement age of 67. And again, your full retirement age, it says, depends on the year you were born. So you have to go on to the government website and figure out, if you don't already know that, what your full retirement age is. So let me share with you the article that I saw come out of Lagrada, US, I believe this morning early. And it says, bad news from the Fed. For millions of retirees, confirmed problem with Social Security payments as of this date. It says Social Security recipients, especially retirees, may receive unsatisfactory news as the cost of living adjustment, the COLA, announcement was confirmed in the upcoming years. It says the Federal Reserve has warned that these vital payments may be further reduced, forcing pensioners to deal with lesser increases in Social Security income. It says now that inflation is under control, I question that. The days of significant increases in Social Security benefits may be coming to an end. It says to determine COLA, the Social Security Administration uses the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers at CPI-W. It says the changes aim to ensure that retirees' purchasing power is maintained over time by helping Social Security benefits keep pace with inflation. Because of the economic uncertainty, it says, brought on by the pandemic, pensioners have witnessed an 18.8% increase in pensions over the last 3.5 years due to high inflation levels. However, the Federal Reserve's effectiveness in containing inflation, again, I question that, may indicate the end of big COLA increases. Thus, Social Security beneficiaries should expect lesser adjustments in the future years as inflation falls. These adjustments are probably coming either way. And so if you are not retired yet, but you're about to retire, if you're thinking you're going to rely solely on Social Security benefits to live, you may want to, again, figure out what it's going to be, do that calculation, and then assume that you're going to have some supplement to your income. And whatever that's going to be, again, I don't know. Many of you have planned for retirement and you have a lot of other supplementation ready to go to back up these benefits. And I will tell you, both my parents received Social Security, and it's very, very paltry sums, okay? So anybody who is planning on relying on Social Security only could find themselves in a very, very difficult situation. Those that are currently living on Social Security, love to hear your comment. Are you supplementing it with other sources of income, other assets that you were able to put back, and other savings you're able to accumulate during your pre-retirement years? It says in September 2024, the Federal Reserve made its first rate drop in 4 years, lowering the federal funds rate by 50 basis points. From 4.75 to a range of 4.75 to 5. A decision shows the central bank's belief that inflation is currently under control. While the Federal Reserve's attempts to control inflation are positive for the economy as a whole, they may disappoint retirees who rely on Social Security. Therefore, retirees may find it more difficult to keep up with the growing living expenses, since the Social Security Administration may have less need to raise benefits when inflation slows. And again, you guys can leave your comments below. We already know we have a strained system, right? I mean, the U.S. government is basically broke. So they are going to do everything they can do, right, from my perspective, again, I'm not an expert here, not a Social Security expert, not a financial planner, but to cut those benefits or at least reduce the pace of the increases. And again, how many of you are feeling that inflation has slowed? How many of you are paying less for food now? How many of you are paying less for your insurance needs and for other things that are required to be paid for in daily life? Okay, I think I'll see a lot of comments that it's not happening for many people. All right. Although this rate cut has no direct impact on the 2025 COLAs, as it does signal a shift in the economic circumstances that led to the recent spike in Social Security benefits. At the moment, 2 months worth of CPW data from July and August allows us to anticipate the 2025 COLA. According to CBS News, if these numbers remain consistent, the COLA for 2025 would probably be approximately 2.6%, which is a considerable decrease from prior years. In July, the CPIW increased by 2.87%, whereas in August, the increase was only 2.35%. September's final COLA for 2025 might not be higher, it says, than 2.6% if the trend toward weaker inflation continues. It says one of the main causes of this trend, it says, is a decline in energy prices, especially those of oil, which has dropped below $70 a barrel, the lowest level in more than a year. Since energy prices are a major factor in the overall rate of inflation, their decrease indicates the annual inflation will continue to diminish, which further reduces potential for greater COLA adjustments or COLA. Look, here's the problem, is the official calculation of inflation, which includes energy costs, may not translate into the inflationary pressures that everyday Americans, especially retirees or those going into retirement, are feeling or will feel in the future. Okay, so don't buy that explanation. I mean, that's how they come up with the inflation rate. But again, comment below. How many of you are paying less for food now, less for other things, everyday necessities? Okay, I think it's basically not happening. And so with that being said, you've got to think how you're going to basically pay your bills. If you're a retiree and you don't have sufficient assets in addition to Social Security, please start thinking this thing through now, okay? And maybe it's relying on others in the family. Maybe it's unfortunately going out, if you're healthy and able to, picking up some other source of revenue on top of what your benefits, your monthly benefits will be. This is with its long-term target set at 2%. The Federal Reserve has stated that inflation will probably continue to drop in the future. By the end of 2024, inflation is expected to be about 2.3%. By the end of 2025, will have dropped to 2.1%. Again, these are all speculation, all right? This suggests that rather than the projected 2.6% in 2025, the 2026 COLA may only reach 2.2%. For these smaller COLA adjustments, retirees will need to budget. Again, how do you budget if you've already cut all the fat off the bone? If you're already just barely surviving, which many in this country are, especially retirees. How do you budget, right? And they have a suggestion, I'll get to in a second, which is pathetic. Even though the COLA increases are intended to assist retirees in keeping up with inflation, the statistics are retroactive, it says, derived from historical economic data, and it might not adequately reflect the issue pensioners are currently facing financially, such as, here we go, growing prices for essentials like food and electricity. All right, I also threw in the insurance costs as well. While the possibility of reducing Social Security check increases may be overwhelming, so they're saying it's going to happen, it's going to be overwhelming. There is one potential benefit, and listen to this. The Federal Reserve's interest rate decreases could result in lower borrowing costs, which may bring financial relief to retirees. with debt such as mortgage or vehicle loans. Lower borrowing prices may help offset the decreased COLA adjustments, allowing retirees greater financial flexibility. What they're actually saying here, folks, is that your Social Security benefits are not going to keep up with expenses, with your necessities of life. And so guess what? The lower interest rates, if it happens, is going to allow you to go out and take on more debt, right, to cover the shortfall. That's basically what they're saying here, is that don't worry, there'll be relief in sight. You can go out and borrow some more money at lower rates to cover the shortfall. All right, so please share this with people if it's going to impact you or other family members or loved ones that are maybe not yet retired but about to retire and trying to plan for this. Please go sit down with advisors. Please go sit down with your circle of people that you rely on to help you through this process, because it is a real deal. Okay, I'll leave it there today. Thank you for watching. Again, thanks for sharing, subscribing. I'll talk to all of you soon. Bye.